Yeah, it's the biggest game for us of the season domestically. Look, there's no bigger game, I don't think, in rugby league than Wigan Saints on Good Friday. You know, some of the best memories of my career have been Good Friday games. Some good, some bad. You know, obviously the standouts, the maybe 75-0 against Wigan, which is unlikely to ever be repeated again. On the flip side to that, Liam Farrell scoring in the last minute a couple of years back was really tough to take. So they're always great games, entertaining, and usually typify what's good about rugby league, and usually aggressive, you know, physical games, and that's what we need after, you know, poor performance last week. Look, the competition's really competitive this year. I think that's clear for everyone to see. Sides are beating each other. Byron Warrington and Widnes obviously have had, you know, outstanding starts to the year. I think everybody's had their ups and downs. We've certainly, you know, had ours. But we're looking forward to getting our teeth into Easter. I love Easter as you know, a time of year where you get games on games and games, and there's less training and more playing. You know, for guys who are rugby players who want to play the game, this is a good time for the year. And you know, I've always loved Easter. Yeah, look, I think back to, I think it was 2004 at the old Knowsley Road. We played Wigan, and there was a massive brawl. Obviously, I think Paul Sculthorpe and Andy Farrell squared up to each other, and you know, that day, I think I was a young player then. Looking at that day, you know, made me realise the enormity of the game I was involved in, really. And since then, you know, the games have grown, where the stadiums have improved, and the amount of people that we attract to watch those games is huge. So the pressure's on both sides to produce a good game. It does, yeah. You can pick up 6 points over Easter, and there'll be some sides pick up no points, and it really starts to split the table up. You know, I think Easter's a really crucial time of the year. It's certainly not the be-all and end-all, but a good Easter has always been, you know, a strong part of finishing high up the league table, and we need to do that. And we've got a tough Easter, haven't we? We've got Wigan and Widnes. You know, Widnes are the form side. Wigan are a notoriously tricky side to play against. So we've got to be on our you know, on our toes and produce probably performances that exceed the levels we've been at this year so far.